Hello, how's everyone doing? Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I have to remind myself to say that right off the bat because if I don't, I won't say it. I'll just go on off. And I do want y'all to like, and I do want y'all to watch, and I want y'all to share it if you like it. Or even if you don't like it, if you just want to say, "Do you hear what this woman is saying?" That's fine too. Um, I want to talk about the gender war, the current state of masculine feminine affairs. It is very volatile right now, very volatile, and it's gotten that way because the waters have been muddied. So I want to share some things that I think are more towards neutral and balanced in this whole matter. I'm just gonna shoot the breeze. Uh, and talk about some of the issues that come up in this whole, especially in the manosphere. Oh my God, I rebuke it. I rebuke it. Where is the Florida water? Give me this anointing oil. I rebuke the manosphere. I rebuke it. In the ancestors rebuke it. They rebuke it. They do not. This whole idea. Oh my goodness. No. No. That is some sick stuff going on in the ministry. This obsession with will a woman submit to me? What the heck is this? A prisoner of gore novel? This is the year of our Lord 2022. And you talking about a woman submitting to you. Let me tell you something about how I feel about this submission thing. The men I deal with, when they come home, even the cat knows a man is home. Okay? He ain't walking around blustering, fighting, fussing, demanding. He is just existing in his space, in his essence. He don't need to be begging me to submit to him. Okay, point of fact, a man like that gets his plate fixed. Okay, a man like that comes home to a warm surrounding. Now, right now, I'm in a contract. I'm on a contract, and I'm here helping my son out, and I'm staying in this room. But my space is always beautiful, comfortable, a little bit junky, scatterbrain like me, but always there's accent, and that's what I love to create. When I had a man, and the men that I usually date are those types of men. So this whole idea that you need to demand from a woman that she submit, there's something in you need to be taken care of, sir. You are lacking, sorely lacking. The fact that you even worried about a woman submitting to you is concerning to me. And when the Bible talks about submission, it speaks of it in the sanctity of marriage. So what we're dealing with the submission thing is kind of like when a person is eating clay dirt. Person is craving clay dirt is missing some sort of nutrient that they are not aware of. A man craving submission, he's missing some spiritual, emotional, and mental nutrients that he's not aware of. And he would do well to go inside there and see what it is that's making him so fearful, so needy, that he needs to be demanding that a woman submit, that a woman be quiet, that a woman do this, that a woman do that, that a woman is somehow his step and fetch it. Out of order. Men or women are not equal. You cannot compare apples to oranges. Okay? A woman has strengths that complement a man's strength, and a man has strength that complements a woman's strength. Point of fact, masculine energy is all about order, providing order and protection so that the woman can come in and create, so that that feminine energy can come in and create and bring forth and gestate safely and birth safely. And masculine, feminine, however you identify, that's masculine and feminine energy. I'm not talking about necessarily men or women. I'm talking about the energies. The masculine energy is about bringing order out of chaos. The feminine energy is about, in that order, being able to bring forth, to create. And we've gotten totally out of whack because, and here the feminist movement, as conceived by the white women. I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm going to tell it like I see it. As conceived by the white women, was a solely masculine endeavor. It was full of masculine energy, still is. It was always about trying to be equal to a man. As if you would want to be equal to a man. A woman has her own unique, beautiful strengths, which includes being able to operate on so many different levels, including if she needs to be the one to bring order out of chaos. Hello, black women? Including if she has to be the one to fight battles, to raise a son. There are many strengths that women have, so I'm with Alice Walker on being a womanist. Black women were always outworking. We were always expected to behave in a masculine way. So, we were not trying to be equal to men. We simply wanted respect as women. But that was not what the feminist movement was about and is about, in my opinion. So these are just points that I'm spitballing. So when I look at these issues, and I was listening to a young girl, bless her heart, she had gotten sexually assaulted by some sicko. And she was just doing all she could to prove herself. And I want to make some points about relationships because of that. That bothered me. One, relationships between men and women. There's too much dishonesty, too much murkiness, too much madness where there really doesn't have to be. For one instance, men will say, she gonna put you in the friend zone, you ain't gonna be nothing but a simp that she used. Well, first of all, let's look at that whole dynamic. Okay, suppose a woman says, okay, I don't like him as a lover or a potential lover or partner in a relationship, but I like him as a friend. Okay? Well, she needs to be clear about that. Okay? And then the man needs to be clear about, okay, well, I want a relationship. I want to be with you as your lover and your man. And if I can't have that, then I just can't be the friend. Don't stay around there thinking you're going to do stuff for her and she going to start seeing you as the man she wants. That may happen. But if she's told you that she just wants you to be her friend and you know that's not acceptable to you, but you continue to go after her with friendship things, that's on you. That's on you. You don't have to be a simp because of it. You don't have to be weak because of it. You could be just want to be a hopeful person, just hoping that she's the one and she's gonna see you one day. But no, you can't do it that way. You have to be honest about what you want in a relationship. All of this talk about where you have to nag a woman and you have to do this to a woman. Otherwise, if you treat them right, if you treat them good, then they gonna act up and they gonna treat you like a dog. But if you treat them like a dog, they gonna come to you licking. Yes, I'm sure there are some women who do. Broken, weakened women do. Broken, weakened men do. It's all about honesty. It's not about this whole game playing shit. The more you play games, the more games get played. And sooner or later, you're going to end up getting played. That's just life. All of this concern about she gonna use you. You ain't doing. She ain't doing them. You ain't doing them getting played. If he gonna use you, good. He ain't gonna do. He ain't doing that. You ain't gonna do nothing but get played. Oh, you gonna get played. Trust and believe. If you walk around here with that mentality, it's gonna be your turn. So, so going back to that relationship dynamic of the friend zoning, there are women who who do take advantage. Who say, okay, well, he's my friend. He wants to be around me. So, I'm going to ask him to get me this, or I'm going to ask him to fix my window. I'm going to ask him to change the oil in my car. I'm going to use him as a husband, but I'm not going to, we're not going to be in a relationship. And hey, why not? That, no, Jenna. Now, if you have come to the table and you have said, we want to be friends. I agree. All right, cool. All right. Well, no, I go back to it. If you are a man and you say you want to be a woman's friend and you want her as a lover, but you think you're gonna hang around and do stuff for her, it's still on you. Personal responsibility is still on you. But I did want to speak to what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm so awful, my brain. Oh, there are girls who say, okay, this is dick in a box. In case of emergency, I'm gonna smash it and I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna have me some ready dick. If should the need arise, you're out of order. You're out of order. That's that and the guy who's pretending that he wants to be your friend when he know in fact that he still wants to be your lover and he's just waiting for his chance. That's toxic, manipulative, water muddying behavior. And it all comes back to honesty. However you see it, it's all coming back to honesty, setting your boundaries, and making clear what it is you want. So that's one dynamic that I've heard about a lot. Second dynamic is this thing with Sierra and Russell Wilson. Here again, the simp thing. Here again, he's a simp because he's taking care of his family. If that don't tell you how crazy you are, I don't know what does. Again, I go back to procreating, reproducing, creating an environment for the best human being to blossom. And you basically calling this man who is providing order and protection for his family. You basically calling him a simp, a whole married man with a beautiful wife. I don't know what their relationship about. Don't care. They are building not building human beings, but or creating a space for the blossoming of three beautiful human beings. And they seem to be doing it with a plume. What this issue is about this whole idea of power and control. Okay. They see futures as somehow having power and control over Sierra. I gotta say, when I saw that she had gotten with Future, I was so disappointed. I always liked Sierra. She was always that tomboy, that gorgeous tomboy who was just like lit. But she was always had that wholesomeness about her, always some kind of way. Like Beyonce. Beyonce be out here doing some raunchy, ratchety stuff. But she managed to still hold on to that wholesomeness, which is beautiful because that shows a woman whole. You know, the sexual ratchetiness, and the wholesome woman that is here for her family and for her children and all this sort of stuff. Every now and then we like to get nasty. Every now and then we like to do it nice and rough. Okay. So when I look at that, when I saw her with Future, I was like, oh Lord, Sierra, why good? It just didn't feel like her, but at the same time, it did feel like her. So then when he did, when the whole thing happened, that anybody with any brain whatsoever knew was coming came, I was like, oh Lord, well, at least she is able to go ahead and live her life. Little did I know that this woman was just such a powerfully spiritual person. And I'm not talking about Christianity. I'm talking about Christianity. I'm talking about a person that she's a light from within. So yes, she manifested. She manifested Russell Wilson. And I don't see them bothering anyone. I don't see Russell Wilson out here holding his penis and threatening to do other people's wives, and you know wielding guns and this sort of thing. What is he doing to you? What's he doing to you? I don't understand what the man has done or is doing to you. He's taking care of business, TCB. But you just don't like his face. What I feel like is every person in this world who has access to social media on a daily basis feels like one day it's gonna be their turn. One day they're gonna be married to a Sierra. One day they're gonna be living in the big mansion. One day they're not satisfied or happy with their life unless they get to that. And it's not realistic. It's not healthy to not notice what's here for you now, to not appreciate what's here for you now. Because I'm telling you, with that sort of thinking, there's no way that you are happy. There's no way that you know what joy or peace truly is. There's no way. If you knew what joy, peace truly is, if you got that little hit one time, baby, you ain't tearing nobody else down. You're just not. And if you should take a notion and everybody is human and comes to some point of error in themselves and end up allowing it to manifest in one way or another, then you pick yourself up, you make it right with whomever you need to make it right with, and then you continue on joyfully. All of this, I wouldn't do. She ain't getting no. Sir, are you planning to die alone with not even your 10, 12 children to comfort you, neither are their 5, 6 baby mamas? Is that what you intend? You just ain't gonna be satisfied to you. That's the sort of behavior that gets you there. That's the sort of thinking that gets you there. Nobody's doing anything to you. You have autonomy. You don't have to have things done to you as a grown man. Now that's a grown ass man. There are instances where you cannot control, but those instances are very few, especially when we're talking about in the bed with a woman. You can decide whether or not to put on a condom or whether or not you're going to have sex at all. This whole idea that women are out here tricking people and doing all of this sort of stuff, yes, that goes on. We ain't going to act like there ain't women who have a whole nother man's child and fully aware of it, and then tell another man that it's his. Oh yes, that goes on. But right on back to personal responsibility. You slept with her raw. Once you do that, it's out of your hand. It's out of your hands. It really is. So in order to control your destiny, portion of that is controlling where you drop your seed. Yo, just Johnny Appleseed all on the countryside, fertilizing here and there, whatever hole will have you. Children coming out into a world and just to confusion and chaos. You ain't creating order. You ain't protecting. You just out here spreading your seed from the left to the right, north, south, east, and west. But somehow it's women's fault. Mm-mm. No personal responsibility. Personal responsibility. Same thing for a woman. Get up with a venereal disease. Get up with the baby that they don't want. Personal responsibility. He didn't tell me. Personal responsibility. The type of person who would knowingly give a person an STD, that's a demonic human being. But then you laid down and you took the risk right along with them. Here again, honesty, personal responsibility, doing the work to grow. It's just come. I don't care how many, what scenario I don't care what we talk about. Personal responsibility, honesty, doing the work to heal, because ain't no black person in this world who is living around white people, at least, without trauma. Ain't no black person in this world. Ain't no human being in this world without some level of traumatic experience, however small, however large. That's just so. If you're not doing the work to heal that trauma, you are living out the trauma in various ways. I know there are so many people who don't want to hear this, but we really need to have this conversation, because and then another thing I'm looking at, I'm just spitballing. Another thing I'm looking at is these rap songs and all of this. It's like fast food. There was a time that you had to you had to go and hunt your food. You had to gather your vegetables and your fruits, and you had to do the work to prepare them like you wanted them prepared. And usually that didn't involve a whole lot of salt, sugar, or any sort of mechanical processing. Now I can go out here and walk. Well, it's a good little walk, about a mile. But I can walk to a McDonald's, a Burger King, Taco Bell, and just go and just pay $2 and just have a gallon of soda and just a side of beef. Just that is not what was intended. The same thing for this rap music and these girls telling me, I lick him like a lollipop and I eat him and I don't, and I use his money and my money too and blah blah blah. And these men telling me, these bitches, these hoes, I put them in the that because they all pimps, and have made of black women hoes and bitches. That's what they used their power for when they came when they were doing rap music. You know what? I'm just gonna rap about hoes and bitches until all the hoes and bitches turn white in my video, and then we still talking about black women. We talking about the hoes and bitches because these are our preferences. What kind of sick behavior is going on in the world today? It's a madness. I'm telling you right now, it's a madness. And it's an imbalance of masculine energy. And that ain't got nothing to do with men. That's got to do with the way that this system has operated. This particular world order, the European world order. It it's a sick and twisted situation in so many ways, and I'm not going to go into that because I'm still talking about gender. But in so many ways. And what I know is black people are feminine energy. We create. We bring it to pass. We birth new and beautiful, joyful things, and we laugh and we, you know, That's not all we do. When you think of the Moors, who were like Renaissance men, you had the science, you had the music, they knew. But when I look at the European way of breaking everything down to the minutest detail until there is no more life left in it, they must know they have to know, no, 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 no. And that is needed to some extent. But when it is an overgrowth, it is then a cancer that is now destroying Mother Earth. And we are in peril. The human race is in peril. Now, I'm one to think the human race ain't nothing special. The creator is never not going to be creating. The creator is never not going to have different life forms in various universes and planes of existence. So I don't know why y'all think y'all cute. I don't know why y'all think y'all cute. We may be a unique creation, and the creator, the great mystery, as the Lakota tribe calls the creator, might look benevolently on us, but we still ain't cute. That don't mean we cannot be blipped out of existence. And I don't know how you think you're gonna keep on gouging the earth to get this silicone and these chips and all of these minerals that are needed for this technology that I'm using right now. I'm a hypocrite. Yeah, I know. There are a finite amount of resources. Period. And the more people become capable of getting a hold of these resources, the more the masculine energy is going to start to choke out whatever it can so that it can remain in power with all the resources. So when it comes right down to it, all of this gender war and stuff, y'all need to get over that shit. There are bigger fish to fry. And it all comes down to personal responsibility, honesty, and doing the work to heal yourself. I don't care what kind of scenario. Well, suppose a girl, you could take a girl out and you take her out for dinner, and she buy it, she gets steak and lobster and all this stuff. Okay, see, now that's where the honesty comes in. Personal responsibility comes in. Okay, look, I want to have coffee for our first date. Just set the boundary. Want to have coffee for our first date. That is perfectly reasonable. If you're having a first date, I would suggest having coffee with somebody, coffee and lunch. Don't go taking nobody out to no big dinner for your first date. You might not even like the person, and you got to sit there with them for the whole dinner. No. Take them out for coffee and lunch at Panera Bread. And if she sticks her nose up at that, then you need to understand that that's not the person for you. If all you can afford is Panera Bread or McDonald's or whatever, and she sticks her nose up at it, that's not the person. You have no business trying to take somebody out and use your whole week's paycheck. This is a personal responsibility, setting boundaries. This is about doing the work, being honest with yourself. I'm not able to take somebody out to dinner and not know from the get-go how much I'm going to have to spend on them. Be real about it. Now, if you're a basketball player, you know, go head on. Take on to whatever chateaus, whatever foolishness y'all be going to now. Like y'all don't know how to cook at the house. I mean, frankly, I'm not into a lot of restaurants and eating. And I'm not saying I would go have a man up to my house to cook for me. I'm just saying I don't do a lot of food. Well, see, I love to be, I'm a hypocrite because I will spend some money on some paint and some shoe and some perfume. And I don't wear perfume like that because I work in a hospital. But anyway, I digress. If you can't afford to take a woman out and not be concerned about what she buy, you have no business not having a full conversation with her before you take her out. Look, this is what I'm working with here. I want to take you somewhere special, but this is where I can take you. This is what is in reason, what's in my budget. So, and I'm happy to pay for it. Or if you want, we can go Dutch if you want to, but I still have a budget that I'm within, and and if she says no, no, I can't be messing with nobody, that is perfectly within her right as a autonomous human being. Okay, everybody ain't gonna get Sierra. Everybody don't have Sierra sort of essence about them. Everybody don't have that Russell Wilson essence about them. See, people are looking at how they seem to be different people, but they're not looking at they have the same power essence. Sir, my grandson has decided. My grandson, who's 2 years old, uh, he has learned how to open the twist doorknob. So he just makes it a point to just come and visit with his gammy. He will bust up in the room, so I have to remember to lock the door. Um, but back to what I was saying, everybody ain't got you gonna draws like on a spiritual level, like draws like. So when you talking about all these holes and bees that mess you over, or you can't trust them, that's what you are, sir. That's what you're drawing to you. That's the quality of person you are. Now, do people draw um, unfortunate circumstances who may not be living on that level? Yes. But if you are repeatedly drawing something, it's because something in you needs to heal. That's all that is. It's not an indication that somebody's trying to get you, or that you are a simp, or that somehow you need to get over on somebody. It's simply an indication that there's something in you that needs to heal. Needs to heal. And that's a word for me. Oh, wait a minute. So I just wanted to come on and talk about just a little bit of the crap out of it. And can we discuss the outright misogyny that's being preached um by these rappers, these gangster rappers? And can we talk about that's been going on since the 80s? Started out, and I remember when I heard there's some holes in this house. I was like, what in the and when I tell you it was flooding to the dance floor. Now I was a mother by this time, so I did have on my mother my mother mantle a lot. So even when when a friend would go out with a friend, I remember I've had a friend named Lynette who was married also, and so she would get me out and do things like that, bingo and that sort of thing. She would try to explain to me self-care is important. Not in those words, but you need to get out and have some fun too. You got three small children. You need to get out and have some fun. It's okay. You're married, but that's okay. We can get out. And so we would, we went to the club a couple of times, and I think we were in Germany at the time. And I heard the song, "There's some holes in this house," and I was horrified. Horrified. I said, I ain't dancing to that. And what do the women say? He ain't talking about me. Are you shaking your ass to this particular, or who is the hoe in the house? That's not me. There's a hole somewhere in here. Okay? And the reason why I know it's not me is because I'm not participating in that foolishness. Okay? I'm not going out to dance, clap. Oh, my grandson told me you got a hat on. I'm trying to get better at rapping this stuff, but it does look a hot mess. He told me you got a hat on. um, so, ma'am, if you are participating in the foolishness, then you are probably the hoe that he talking about, because it's not me. That's some foolishness in which I will not be participating. So this whole idea that he ain't talking about me, a lot of women, a lot of it's black women, love to say some old stupid mess like that. I'm sorry, I have to call it stupid. He talking about whomever he chooses to talk about. It's his song. Now, if you're going to jump out and amen and touch and agree on that, then you a hoe in the house. I don't know how that's missing. What's happening? I don't understand. You out here twerking with all your might to a man saying it's some hoes in this. Madam, you have agreed with him that you are indeed the hoe, and you have shown up ready for duty. How do we not understand that? I'm confused. See, it's a lot of muddying of the waters, and it's because of that all-out access to this music. This music that should have been relegated to the back rooms, like back in the day when they had, "Cause I'm the good thing, man." That wasn't just out for public consumption every day. The children would just listen. I'm a good thing, man. I had to sneak and listen to that. Nowadays, the children just be listening to it, just flowing all over their being, just flowing all in their aura. They just some whole. Now that's not the song that I don't know what they be listening to. I keep it real cute on YouTube music. I do. I don't. Mm-mm. I love me some Ari Lennox. Just that one song. I know pressure. Yeah, I know that. That tickles me. I love that song, but I'm not gonna be out here playing it at the barbecue. But you will walk up to a whole barbecue with all manner of foolishness playing, and children just dilly dallying around, all manner of poison just falling into their person, just falling into their being, just words being spoken into their person, just poison and toxins, and then you wonder what the hell is going. Does art imitate life? No, it's both. It's a symbiotic thing. You know what I'm saying? Art imitates life. Life imitates art. That's just all there is to it. So all of these gender issues comes from this loose behavior with our seed, and I think you know what we're talking about here. Okay, this baby mama culture. I remember I was in Hawaii when I heard that's just my baby daddy, and when I tell you, I wanted to just climb into a rack of clothes. It was in Oahu, down in the shopping area, and when I want to tell you, I just want to climb into a rack of clothes and cover myself because I heard that southern twang. I heard that southern twang. That's just my baby dad, and I knew it well. And I was like, why are they representing the South like that? The South ain't got to be treated that way. We don't have to put up with this sort of treatment. And so you're speaking all of this into a cult of people, and guess what? You're gonna get out that bullshit, the business. That drill rap in Chicago where they talking about smoking some dead person that been shot down like that ain't somebody's son or somebody's daughter or somebody's niece or somebody's sister or brother. Everybody think they are in a western of some kind. Everybody think they gonna be they on YouTube some kind of way. You can't go 2 feet without somebody filming a TikTok video. All of that has its place, but when it is overgrown, it becomes a cancer and it destroys its host. So all of this manosphere stuff is about some hurt little boys who are not doing the work they need to do. Okay? All of these Instagram models and this sort of stuff about a hurt little girl that ain't doing the work that she needs to do. And you make good money being an Instagram model. This ain't about shaming a woman for using her body for money, but are you examining what you're doing? The choices you're making, the men you're choosing. Okay, are you a baby mama? How many times over are you a baby mama instead of a wife? Because and being a wife ain't got nothing to do with respectability. Being a wife got to do with business. Your resources come to this household. Okay? Your resources take care of our children. We have agreed that there will be no other children outside of this business agreement, and we will build wealth within this business agreement, and we will pass it down to the generations, having taught them how to manage these resources that we are passing down. That is what marriage is. Marriage has always been a business proposition. It's only here in the last century or so that it was about love, and I love him, baby. If you, baby, come on, do you really? Because a relationship is gonna go through some stuff. Oh, you're gonna go through some stuff in a relationship. I don't care how good your relationship is. At some point in that marriage, you're gonna turn over and look at the back of their head and say, "Now you know what? If I could just punch him in the back of his head, if I could just strangle her." That don't mean you don't you have to part ways. It just means that there's some work you have to do. Relationships are work. They are works in progress. And nobody has a perfect relationship or have any sort of monopoly on what a relationship should be. Who am I to tell you, what relationship you should be in? Except in obvious cases of abuse, then but in terms of the everyday relationship bullshit that goes on, it's coming at you one way or the other. And so you have to decide, are we in this together, and are we in this, and why are we in this? And you have to examine those questions throughout your relationship. It's just not, I'm here and he come, or here she come. And so, but you have to remember, you have to remember that marriage is a business relationship. And if you got a man spreading his seed hither and yon, that's taken away from resources. That's scattering resources. That's scattering resources. So this gender war is all about people avoiding personal responsibility, being dishonest with themselves and others, and avoiding their hurt places instead of going in to heal their hurt places. And as long as that's going on, this thing is going to deteriorate to the point where, hell, I'm afraid we might be looking at a handmaid's tale. Such is the need for control, order, submission. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the gender war, and I want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what y'all think about what's going on in this gender war. I think I might do a reading on Lauren Smith Fields next. That depends on if I have time. I have to go and take care of some things. I didn't do a reading on her because at the time I was very busy, and just worn out from work. And I really didn't even get the gist of what had happened until later on. So then now I've find myself with more time, which is why I'm putting out, as many videos as I have, which, is not a lot. But yeah, y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think in the comment section. All right. Take care.